both teams. Steve and Ian have done a fantastic job putting two strong teams together. We've got some of the lads that are still pretty fit, so hopefully the game will be played at a decent pace. And like Robbie said in the press conference, once we get across that white line and the competitive juices start flowing, it'll be a really good game. It's fantastic. That's what I just said to Robbie. If we get 25,000 for a Masters Old Boys sort of game, it'll be absolutely incredible, and hopefully we can score a few goals and put on a bit of a good spectacle for the fans to cheer. There's a fine line between a nutter and a genius, and I'm not too sure which side of the line he is at the moment. He's certainly got some very good creative players going forward. I still think defensively they could probably do with another defender or two. Really glad that the goalkeeper stayed. I hope that he stays for a long time. He's not just signed a contract so the price goes up for Real Madrid. But he's certainly got the makings of a really good team, and to be sat sort of joint second or third in the league at the moment, I think is a fantastic start to the season. We've seen how Chelsea have slipped, and Liverpool have not got to the greatest starts. So I don't think we can complain too much at the moment. I think it's not too bad.
He's falling out.
Well, I don't think Sunday was just defensive mistakes. I think it was I think the midfield were overrun as well, and I think the lack of pace that we've got in midfield was showing on Sunday. I thought Arsenal came out absolutely flying and played at 100 mile an hour, and United just couldn't cope with them. So I think it will be a wake-up call. I think maybe if they just think things are slightly a little bit easy, sat at the top of the league, that should wake them up, and hopefully the next two games, which are not going to be easy. I know they've got an international break now. The next two games are not going to be easy. I think they've got Everton and Chelsea. So time to sort of knuckle down again and back to basics and get a couple of results.
Do you think they could win?
Well, before the start of the season, I'd have probably put my money on Chelsea, and then 3 weeks ago I'd have said Man City were going to run away with it. But I think it just goes to show, the Premier League's a tough league to win games in, and teams like Leicester, Crystal Palace have surprised a few. I still think Tottenham are going to come strong. Liverpool will obviously have a good run once they appoint a new manager. That always lifts the team. Chelsea are not going to stay where they are for a long time, so it's a tough league. It's a very tough league, and anybody can beat anybody. So at the moment, I'm sort of pretty happy where they are. Prediction to win the league. I'd like to think Man U can do it. Maybe if they buy a centre half in the window, but I still think Man City are favourites. He's not got off to the best of starts, Wayne Rooney, and I don't know. There seems to be something not quite right with him. Wayne Rooney has always been a leader by example. He's covered every blade of grass. If he gives the ball away, he chases 30, 40 yards back to win it back, and it sort of raises the crowd. It raises his teammates. And he doesn't seem to be doing that at the moment. His first touch seems to be letting him down. His passing's not been great. His all-round game is not at the standard where he'd like it to be. And let's hope for him and the team that it's just a spell he's going through. And as soon as he puts a couple of good games together and scores a couple of goals, he'll get back to full form. He certainly looks like it, doesn't he? 36 million for a 19-year-old. I was a little bit concerned at first, but the size of him, the strength of him. His pace, the way he stayed composed and calm in front of goal and scored goals since he's been here. He looks fantastic. Probably a little bit early to judge because he has only played sort of half a dozen games, but he certainly looks like with the right sort of coaching and the right sort of looking after that he could be a superstar at Old Trafford. I don't know. We've played a few games over the last couple of years. It's always good to see Scholes. Hopefully Scholes will be fighting fit. Always great to play with him. Louis Saha is always good to play with. He's nice and fit. But all the lads, not only do we look forward to the match, we don't see each other very often in social situations. So we'll have a couple of days here, getting acclimatised to the weather. We'll have a couple of drinks and a bit of a socialising together and catch up with each other and see what we're all doing, and then go into the game and try and get the win. I think it was spoke about quite a lot in the build-up to the Derby match. I'm sort of surprised that they gave him so much money to spend in the summer, and they only give him such a short period of time this season to get it right. He's had a lot of changes. He's lost Sterling, obviously. Sturridge has only just come back, So I think maybe I think they could have given him till Christmas and the start of the transfer window. And if it wasn't working, bring someone in ready for the transfer window. But it's done now. I do feel for him a little bit. And it looks like, I don't know, Jurgen Klopp or Ancelotti. So I'm sure every Liverpool fan will be quite happy with either one of those.